to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain your week. Got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in the question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts. And allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This antique messenger bag of a podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and of course Spotify. I'm of course your host, Mike G. And with me as always is the also host, the collector to my grandmaster, Ozzy Austin? Question mark?
I guess we're here today, and I gotta tell you, boys and girls, Daddy needs some big black fucking coffee injected straight into my heart, because life is too miserable to go on right now without coffee.
Dude, I saw the beginnings of the ant takeover this weekend, dude. Of the ant overlords. That's July. July is the ant overlord takeover, dude. With the giant ants that burrow from the subterranes. And that shoot coronavirus from their guns, you know.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about like how every month there's a new horror that's introduced in 2020.
Yeah.
The horror for July is the ant takeover.
What the hell? What's this ant takeover business?
The ant takeover, dude. I've seen, like, you know how there's sinkholes all over the world and they're unexplained.
Yeah.
That's plan A of the ants, Doug. And they're going to become our new overlords, as prophesied through The Simpsons.
A swarm of flying ants for 4 miles stretched over the UK and looked like rain on the weather radar.
That's the ant takeover, my man.
What the hell is happening right now?
It's the beginnings.
No.
And their little mandibles are dipped in coronavirus. So if you get bit by
ants
one,
ants are terrifying little creatures because they have a hive mind and they can work together better than anyone else's business. Why are they flying over and have like a mile-wide rate? What the hell is going on?
Don't interrupt my hive mind.
No, shut up. No, no, this reality's boring. This reality's bad now.
Yeah, man. Get hype.
No, I'm not hype. I'm sad. I'm terrified now.
Here they come. Oh, Lord, they coming.
Oh, God, they are coming.
Yeah, man. And then we won't have the sun anymore because we'll just be enveloped in an infinite bed of ants.
What in God's green earth is happening today?
Yeah, man. We don't need nuclear winter. We will have an enveloped blanket of ants that covers the earth, Doug.
This is wild.
And our plants will die, and our you know, our soda will be warm. You know, it's not going to be hot.
This is so wild. I don't know what's happening right now.
And then all of Earth will have to toil in the sugar mines to feed the Infinite Queen that lives on the moon. Safe from...
All right, everybody.
Safe from reprisals, Doug.
I think this is where we stop and get off the crazy train, because I'm a little too much beyond this right now.
All right. I'm going to bring it back to some sort of normal reality.
I'm having such an anxiety attack right now about flying ants eating my house.
They're coming.
This is too much.
It's on its way.
Oh, Christ.
Speaking of things on their way, how in what way did your week go, Austin?
My week went interesting. How do I start this?
I don't know.
My wife and I finished off Last of Us 2.
Nice.
Lots of feelings, lots of thoughts about that game.
All the feels.
I started playing Ghost-of-Tsushima. Lots of talks, lots of feelings about that game as well.
Yep.
If you want to get into it anytime soon.
Yeah, we can get into it. I know the whole thing.
Baller. And here's the funny thing. I had to create a podcast episode for my master's program.
Nice. Just sip them one of these Wu-Tang double-sided CDs, Doug.
You know, right?
A++, Doug.
So I went through and I just recorded an episode for a podcast 5 minutes long talking about part of my, I guess, program.
Yep.
It's really, really weird. It's wild, and I love it. But man, this is like did not expect this to be an assignment kind of thing to happen to me.
We are part of the zeitgeist, my man. This whole I'm kind of happy I started this thing so far back now. We've been at the house. All they do is listen to podcasts. We're already in there, dude.
Oh God, yeah.
You're already in there, man.
Oh God, yeah.
In there like swimwear, baby. MOTN, 1,000 years. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I guess I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Business and pleasure start to mix in odd ways, Doug. You know.
I mean, it's hilarious. Honestly, I kind of love it, but man, this is gonna be just such a wild ride for me to go through. Anywho, let me know when you want to talk about Last of Us and freaking Ghost of Tsushima, because I can go on for a good little rant.
Let's talk about let's talk about
your week
Last of
first.
Us now. Let's talk about Last of Us now, and then I'll talk about my week, and we'll close it on Ghost of Tsushima. How about that?
Spoiler free.
Hey, I'm not gonna play it. Go nuts.
I just want to know about the audience, though. To be fair,
You know, how long has the game been out? How long the game's been out?
Game's been out for about a month. How about this? Make like a note in the podcast description or like some kind of warning.
I'll make a note of it.
Okay, so I'm going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Joel deserved to die. Like, that's like no doubt in my mind. Joel deserved to die because he was an awful human being. He made enemies. He deserved his death. However, the storyline and everything else like this about other characters dying, about characters basically living just for shock value, completely boring as well. You get random characters you don't build any relationship with and they just die in a cutscene. Great, I don't care. That character was dumb. I have no investment in them. Why should I care about that character? Jesse, boring. Yeah, it's Ellie's girlfriend's baby daddy you were best friends with, and he dies. Cool. He had no flavor. He had no character.
Flavor.
All of Abby's friends, whenever you play her, yeah, you know who they are, and you kill them as Ellie. But guess what? You kill them as Ellie first through most of Ellie's story, and then you go through Abby's story, and you know these people are going to die. It's like, well, shit, if I know they're going to die, I don't care. That's boring. That's bad writing. Oh my God, get over yourself, Naughty Dog. This is not the Schindler's List of video games.
But they said it was, so it is.
No, it's not. Schindler's List was something very dramatic and very, very just... Oh my God, it meant so much to the world. This game means nothing to the grand scheme of things.
Here's the thing.
To our culture, to our society, this game means nothing.
Here's the thing, man. Can you imagine? You spent 20 years making the Sistine Chapel, and you think it's literally from... Your hand has been blessed with the power of God, right? You made the most perfect thing you've ever created. And then... people start pointing out flaws. Hey, you know, that shoulder is not really symmetric with the other shoulder. You know, that red is running a little bit. You're like, shut up. It's my masterpiece, though. It's my magnum opus. And it's like, no, you just think it is, man. It's a video game at the end of the day.
Okay, so I'll say this.
It's meant for enjoyment, in submersion, and immersion. It's a video game. This isn't... Yeah. All entertainment is entertainment for a reason. It's not... It can have messages. It can have meaning. But to then start to put it on such a pedestal to make it feel, you know, that it adjusts the way we think going forward is a little narcissistic.
Oh, entirely so. And
just a little.
The storytelling was so bad because of two things. One, how they made the original pacing was you play as both characters at the very beginning until Joel gets killed. You play as Ellie for about 48% of the game afterwards, and Ellie goes through so much of Abby's personal history that whenever Abby's personal history is revealed during her playthrough, it means nothing because, you know, everybody that she loves dies. There's no dramatic tension to it all. Yeah. So why should I build a relationship with this character in Abby's storyline if I know they're just going to fucking die? It doesn't matter. Two, whenever they went into the future after their confrontation, where it could have ended, in all honesty, it could have ended there, and then they have like the flash forward in time. Whenever you go to California to find Abby as Ellie and you come across this new biker gang that doesn't mean jack shit, they are so boring. They mean nothing. They have no impetus. They have no reason to be there. There's no history about them at all. No prior interactions. And there's these guys, this biker gang, alongside the Scars and the Wolves, who are part of Abby and Ellie's storyline. Why do you have 3 different factions just all of a sudden in there when we should just have maybe 2 or 1 at most as an enemy faction to worry about? Because you did 3, they're so spaced out and so less flavorful, they have no impact on the entire story as a whole across 2 different characters.
Here's
3. My last bit, sorry.
Go for it.
They could have improved this entire game by making us mismatch crisscross with Abby and Ellie. Play for a chapter as Ellie. Play for a chapter as Abby. You go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until the confrontation. That would have been way more tense. We wouldn't have known who dies, who lives in each other's storylines. God damn it, Naughty Dog. That is so basic to understand.
Austin, I feel your fervor for this game. I feel your fervor. Especially after how many hours you put in this bad boy? 16, 20?
30.
So I feel your fervor. But the problem with this type of storytelling is that it's very hard to pull off. It's a master stroke to pull off the Romeo and Juliet type of gameplay where you want Romeo and Juliet to have equal effect on the immersion and on the storytelling. But if you don't do it right, it's going to be 60-40, sometimes 70-30 in one direction or the other. You're not going to get full motivations, or you're not going to get, or it's going to be set up in such a way that you're handicapping your own suspense and you're handicapping your own expectation of character growth. You know, like, I always see video games as as a character player, you're the pebble being thrown into the pond, right? Mm-hmm. You splash, and the repercussions of your splash affects the gameplay, affects the story, right? But if you're throwing 3 or 4 pebbles in there, it's become a jumbled mess. It's not a clean ripple. And what it sounds like from this game is that they failed to establish the clean ripple, even if it's, you know what I mean? Even if you're trying to introduce multiple characters and tell multiple sides of a story, maybe this should have been maybe Abby's side of the story should have been part 3 rather than part 2. Maybe you just tell it, or maybe Abby should have just been a DLC campaign. The story should be about Ellie, right? She's our main character now.
I don't agree with that, because I think, honestly, Abby could have been a really interesting set to have in comparison to Ellie, because they both had different flaws. They're both very similar to each other, but they have different storylines in the end. Abby has more so a redemption arc than Ellie ever could have, because Ellie is so obsessed with murder revenge. Abby got her revenge and is trying to move past it, but realizes her life is pretty much empty.
Yeah, man.
So, Alec, I think it's a great comparison to the two, and how, in the end, both characters lose everything, except Abby has one thing to go forward for. Ellie has absolutely nothing. And I think that's a great comparison between the two. Also, last big rant, why weren't the zombies more worrisome in this game?
Because it stopped being about the zombies. It had the Walking Dead effect. It stopped being about the zombies. It's about the people.
That's why I hate zombie movies and games, because they never get it right. They always look past the zombies, and that's boring.
The zombies become a barrier. They become a wall. It stops it's like, even Attack on Titan has this problem. The central threat, which is causing the tension, stops being the focal point of tension. We're the tension.
Yeah, but why bother? If you can make this game set in the 1800s in the wild, wild west of America, and it could have been the same exact thing.
And
no zombies.
And that's the point. Yeah. And
Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. Yeah, and that's the point. I was watching this interview with George Romero, creator of the zombie genre. Thank you. And he was saying that, to be honest, the zombies could be anything. It could be any natural disaster. The zombies could be any external condition. The real story is how we deal with it. It's how we deal with it. Is who handles it superbly, who handles it horribly, who handles it truthfully, who handles it deceptively. That's where the birth of all of his zombie stories came from. It's not necessarily the zombie. That was kind of a cause and effect. It was how the people dealt with this new normal, how they dealt with this new anxiety, and who crumbles, and who becomes a weapon, and who becomes a shield. You know what I mean? And I thought that was fascinating. And but the thing is, that still has to be a condition. It can't stop being a worry, because then that falls apart. Because if your zombies aren't the focal point, if your skyfaring overlords aren't the worry, then why are the characters so stressed? You know, so
that's an excellent question.
It has to be a balance. There has to be a solid balance of threat in the responsive threat. You know, and The Last of Us forgets about that because they're so worried about getting this personal story told that they lose. And I haven't played this, mind you, and I'm not going to, because I have my own reasons I don't want to play this game. Because I have a very hard time supporting assholes. And Druckmann seems like he's up there with like Randy Pitchford as like,
that's why I haven't
god tier ass. Yeah, we're on two different sides of the spectrum, right? Like, I'll play Borderlands 3 and try to forget that Randy Pitchford's gross, but I won't play Last of Us because I don't want to support Neil Druckmann.
And I don't want to support Randy Pitchford because they're both horrible human beings, but we just chose two different sides of the argument to be a part of.
Honestly, and neither of us are right or wrong. You know what I mean? It's just,
oh yeah.
It just depends on, you know, how much you want to play that game. You know, I really want to play Borderlands 3, especially. I bought it on sale, so that was kind of my little, you know, FU to him. Like, I didn't buy it $60. You know, still, I am having fun with the game, as I'm sure you had fun with Last of Us. But as you're talking about, there apparently is glaring issues with the pacing of this game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly. Makes sense to me. It makes total sense.
Fair enough. Okay, I think we could cap it there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine by me. So,
yeah.
I enjoyed the gameplay. Story I had a lot of problems with.
That's the hardest part to get right, my man.
Hell yeah, it is.
You can make a killer system. You make a killer gameplay, and that will save your game 7 out of 10 times. But if your story is so jarring, you won't want to pick it up ever again. You're like, man, that left a bad taste in my mouth. You know, like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeesh, you know?
Agreed.
Anywho. So what would you rate it from 0 to 5?
I would rate it like a 3.5.
Ooh. That's
like,
barely a passing grade, my man.
It's still enjoyable, but it's not super... I don't know. It's really hard to say, honestly. It's just there's just a lot. There's just a lot.
You're still conflicted. You're still like, how long ago? What did you beat it, like last night?
A week ago.
Oh, so you had time to think about it. Okay.
Yeah, I've had time to digest.
Wow. Get it together, Last of Us Part 3.
No shit.
Whatever that may be, because it's going to exist in the PS5. My week. What did I do on my week? Watched some movies. Watched a bunch of older movies. What did I watch? I watched 48 Hours for the first time with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. I haven't watched that since I was a kid. It's pretty much about a two thieves, kind of like modern day outlaws who are just going shooting up to town, and Nick Nolte has to recruit Eddie Murphy because he was part of those outlaws' old group, and it's very Western. It feels like a modern day Western in a weird way,
right?
Just because of the pacing. A lot of things that happen in that movie that would never fly nowadays. A lot of expletives. Nick Nolte is the most disgustingly just kind of. He says the most nastiest racial slurs on the planet in that movie. That kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah.
And there's like this part of the movie where he's like, you know, all that stuff I was saying, all those nasty things, you know, it's just me being a cop and me having to, you know, me busting your britches a little bit. And I'm like, that same mentality still flies in 2020.
Yep.
Oh, I was not expecting this movie to hit so hard. Funny, exciting. Eddie Murphy, of course, steals the show. It was just really a strange film to watch. Also, this week, I was actually able to play Paper Mario.
Which one?
The Origami King. The brand new game.
How far did you get into that? Because my wife's playing that right now, actually.
I just unlocked the first ribbon, if that makes sense to you. The red ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
Has she passed that part?
I cannot say. She told me about it, but I don't know where she's at exactly.
Okay, because I have some thoughts about this game. Nothing as fervent as Last of Us 2. It is funny because I was kind of doing this with my hands. Ghost-of-Tsushima, Origami King. Ghost-of-Tsushima, and it's two weird games to pit against each other because we would talk about Ghost of Tsushima shortly after this. Mm-hmm. But this game is kind of it's like watching 1980s Nickelodeon. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Where as a kid, it's the most sugary, beautiful. The graphics they pull off on this little system, the Switch, is amazing. Paper Mario's simple. It's easy on the eyes. As if you've been listening, I've been needing new glasses, so I didn't want to do anything as extensive as Ghost of Tsushima right now. I just wanted something I could chill and play and turn off and on. Beautifully done. The story is really fun and interesting. About these, it reminds me of almost like Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. We're about the brother and sister, king, princess, and prince.
Oh, wow, okay.
That have like alternating, thoughts on the future of the Mushroom Kingdom. And Mario's just kind of, I'm in the middle. He's just there. The gameplay is the part where it falls apart. The gameplay is a little jarring. I was trying to figure it. In some parts, it's amazingly simple. In some parts, it's extremely complex. It's puzzle based with rhythmic responses. So it's like playing online in a fighting game, where you'll hit a random Goomba and you may get someone who picked up the game 5 minutes ago, or you may get Daigo, the beast. In the game, there's no difficulty setting. So some puzzles you solve it in 2 seconds. To some puzzles, it's just like, what? It splits your brain in half. And then it's on a clock, so you have 30 seconds to make a choice. It's like, I don't feel like thinking. All right, I'm just going to do that. And you get jacked up by the game. So the battle system is just really not my cup of tea. But I'm willing to power through it. And oh my god, the boss battle is its own system. And it's completely different than all the other systems you've encountered. And it's the most convoluted, complex thing I've ever played in my life.
I have seen that, and apparently it's really, really fun, though.
It's once you get the hang of it. But it took me... I might as well have been playing a Final Fantasy VII hidden boss. I might as well have been playing Ruby Weapon, pretty much. I was going against this one boss for like 45 minutes because I couldn't wrap my brain around the arrow system that it had. I was like, it just wasn't clicking. And I just was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, Brian, I don't feel so good. My nose starts bleeding, and I'm just like, okay.
Oh, God.
Let me take a break. I need to not look at this for a second. But overall, the game is really fun. Having a ball with it. Luigi's in it. I get to do little voices to myself, and no one can hear. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of text reading.
That's concerning. You started talking to yourself.
I'm talking to the screen. I'm acting it out, Austin. I'm not the guitar is out of tune. It's not my fault. Anyway, having a fun blast with that. And lastly, I'm starting to work on Operation Greenhorn. I'm sure you know about that, Austin. Mm-hmm. And I'm in my backyard, and I'm building the base of operations for Operation Greenhorn, which is my revival of building Gundam model kits.
You got all the equipment you need. You got like a fancy camera to record it all with.
Don't have the camera yet. That's going to be the most expensive part, and I have to save up for that.
Yeah, that'll be arguably the most expensive. So you can't get like a streaming camera. It's got to be like an official like camera with connectivity to your computer, so you can record directly into it through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi.
Still don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm still ironing out that part. Right now, I'm focusing on let me just get one kit built so I can get in the hang of things. But I do want to record my efforts, so I'm working on it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, man. It's really.
It's gonna be real weird.
Yes, it's baking my noodle, man. So
Baking your noodle.
yeah, man, it's crisping my bacon, dude. So I'm like, okay, I picked out the kit I'm gonna do. Everything's all set up, waiting for stuff to come in the mail, and it's just it's all your fault. It's what it boils down to.
Don't you blame me for your own weakness?
Not weakness. It was like we're in a pandemic. I can't go nowhere. Dog. I need something to do.
Well, guess what? Building Gundam is Building Gunpla. Sorry. For people who do not know, Gunpla is a shorthand for Gundam Plastic Models. It is a very, very nice hobby where you start small. You build a lot of different little bits here and there. Yep. You start up really big.
Yep. And next thing you know, you're talking to the Libyans, trying to, purchase, weapons grade plutonium to power your actually functioning Gunpla. And next you get shot up, and this kid jumps into your car and goes back to the future.
So what models are you starting with now? What grade? Are you starting with like a perfect grade essentially, or?
I'm starting with a master grade. I found a nice cheap Endless Waltz heavy arms that I'm going to do.
Oh yeah, I'd like the orange and white one.
Yep, but I'm going to do the movie version where it's dark. It's a midnight blue. And
that one's actually out there.
I know.
Mark II.
As practice, I'm gonna do a color swap. I'm gonna go from light to dark and see if I can pull it off.
Well, the Mark II also has two Gatling gun on each arm. The Mark I just has one.
I know, so I'm actually going to go to New Type and buy the second gun part separately.
Oh, is New Type that online retailer?
Yep, it's really the only place you can get really specific parts like that.
Fair.
And plus, I got to order from there anyway because I need to get the water logo, the watermark logos, so and not the stickers. Because those don't come in the box.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I can't not, if I'm going to be doing full scale painting, primering, etching, all that crazy stuff you have to do, I might as well go whole ham and not put stickers on it. No.
Oh yeah, of course.
No, I refuse. That's like putting that's like making this perfect souffle and putting Lowry seasoning salt on top. It's just done. All right, eat it.
That's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's been my week, man.
Well, and why don't you just send a little love my way and send me a little Gundam model so I can do it with you too?
You know what? I'm already in that mood. I'm gonna send you a random one. Dude.
Oh, man, there's some bad ones out there, though.
I know. I'm gonna send you something crazy. I don't know if it's gonna be crazy in the sense that, this is a little poop-putt, Gundam model. I'm gonna send you some god tier one and make you break your brain on it.
Oh, that'd be pretty fun, actually. I have to admit.
Michael sent me this perfect grade Barbados Gundam. I don't know where do I start?
Ooh, man, that'd be rough for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be very careful because I don't want to waste money, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Jesus. Anywho, we want to talk about Ghost of Tsushima real quick.
Yeah, I've watched. I pretty much know all of Ghost of Tsushima. I know.
So,
we don't
I will
have to do
say
spoilers. But,
this game, people, if you want to play a good PS4 game, the last PS4 game for this generation, go play Ghost of Tsushima. It is so good.
Ghost of Tsushima is the perfect closing remark on the PS4 as a system. The PS4 had a really good run. The PS4 had some really good games on it.
Yes.
I would compare this run to like the PS2 era. The PS2 had some crazy bangers on it. Like, this may be the best generation of PlayStation ever. It had some crazy games on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bloodborne, Spider-Man, God of War. You know what I mean? Like, just insane exclusives, dude. And Ghost of Tsushima, and there's always that one game at the end of a game generation that is that game's highest possible bar. I think God of War 3 was that for the PS3.
Yep.
You know what I mean? God of War 3 was this crazy. Yeah, we're breaking the system now. Like, this is the highest it could possibly go. And Ghost of Tsushima plays like a PS5 game.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
It's just so much better than what you expect it to be.
No lag, pure 30. load times are almost non-existent. Graphically, we can't even talk about it. Graphically, this game is the most beautiful game I've ever seen in my life. like,
Agreed.
Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably graphically, fidelity wise, probably crisper. But Red Dead Redemption 2, in my opinion, is a wet mop. You know what I mean? In comparison to this smorgasbord of colors and aesthetics, it's just this game is such a love letter, dude. It's the biggest love letter.
It is. It's so nice, and it's so like gangbusters out in Japan.
Yeah, man, they love it. They ultra love it, and that's rare because this is And I was watching a review, and someone called it a hamburger Japanese game. You know, kind of like a hamburger samurai. That's what they called it, and similar to the spaghetti western. You know what I mean? Like the good, the bad, the ugly. Were these Italians, making their version of the American West, right? Whereas here, it's us Americans are making a version of samurai feudal Japan, and we did it so right. Or Sucker Punch did it so right that Glorious Nippon is just clapping their hands. They're like, "You did it!
You did it!
You did it! You did it! Yatta!"
Exactly.
So it's like the game has its flaws. Like I personally, and I'm not, no spoilers, of course, but I don't like Jin as a character. Like as a character, like he's not my favorite character of the game.
That's fair.
I put it like that. As our voice, as our protagonist, he's a little too Mary Sue for me. Just a little.
No, I totally get it. Like it's totally fine to like not like him terribly much.
He's not Alice levels. He's not like Resident Evil Alice levels where he's infallible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The first hour of that game, all Jin is doing is making mistakes.
That's actually very, very fair.
The first hour of that game, dude, all Jin is doing is like blowing it. But I think the pacing of the game is beautiful. I think what the game has you do in the world that you inhabit, this open world, non-chugging mecca that you're just running around, is amazing, dude. It's almost a flawless execution of their plan. The costuming, and this is a romanticized version of Japan. This is not ultra real world. Of course, it can't be, right?
Right.
But it's the way they have approached it as this romanticized Tsushima, this island. It's just something I've never seen before. You know what I mean? And do you think this game will have sequels? It can't really because it's based on real world events.
Hard to really say.
Yeah, it's hard to like World War III. That didn't happen, did it? Let you Wolfenstein it and just start making up history.
Oh, that'd be kind of funny. To be fair, that'd be kind of funny.
Ghost of Tsushima, Blood Dragon. What I mean? And that's what I want. I want an American, dude from the West to show up on Tsushima with a gun. And even though I know
that's hilarious.
That's chronologically inaccurate. Just feel your hands, you son of a bitch. Jen's like, what?
Okay, I will say we probably do need to move on because we've been talking about this for a hot minute.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I love it. It's a great game. I need to explore a lot more because I'm in Act 2, and apparently I've unlocked only a portion of the map I need.
Oh, fun. You're just getting started.
Yeah, no joke.
What are your first impressions?
The cinematography and sound and design are all beautiful. I can't wait to play this game on PS5 one day in Akira Kurosawa mode.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting until I can play it on PS5.
Well, I should say I'm already playing it like that. I just need to see if there's like any improvements, or if I should just wait for PS5 for the color version, essentially.
Yep, that's what I'm chilling on. I'm like, okay. this will probably be. I'm sure that an up-res version of this will be a launch title for PS5. Like a lot of their biggest games are probably going to be here now. Play God of War in solid 60, right? You know.
Also part of my week. I talked about this Brant King of Myths. God, fuck you, Atlas Games, you sons of bitches, giving us Shin Megami Tensei 5 next year, but Shin Megami Tensei 3 is 6 months later. And you won't give us Persona. Fuck you guys. I love you.
You know they don't like you, right?
Yeah, because I'm like apparently just a dirty Westerner. I can't have games I love on PS5. Fuck you, Atlas Games. I love you, but god damn it.
You know they have to be difficult, right? You can't just take me on one date, dude. You have to splurge me with gifts, you know? Why is this the way? Oh man,
Atlas is We're moving on. Anyway, so in this week, besides that, what happened last week after the podcast episode, to be totally fair, what happened this week is a lot, actually, isn't it?
Yep, we have, and so much a lot that we actually have to do a yay or nay because we have just way too much news to talk about this week. Yeah. So I think this week warrants a yay or nay type of news breakdown. So how this works is that I'm going to throw out a news topic, and Austin has the opportunity to say yay. We'll talk about it for a moment. Or nay, we're moving right on. And I have the option to use one veto if I really want to talk about it. But once I use that veto, that's it. So I have to be very careful what I choose to veto if I want to veto. Now, to be completely transparent, I've never had to use a veto ever. So we'll kind of see how that goes. This week, Xbox had their huge game announcement, and there's a lot of gaming news, but because there's so much gaming news, I kind of want to work backwards and go through our movies, TV news first before we go into gaming. Does that make sense, Austin?
That's fair.
Because I'd rather go on a bang than talk about these movies and TV and be like, you know what I mean? Oh no, when they make the podcast,
I totally agree. Which is like why we should do them first.
Yeah, just knock them out, and then we can go over.
Oh, to be fair, it already is. I think we're starting to like just really overlap each other at this point.
Well, that's part of the sinking process, man. If we're gonna run, this Jaeger, our brains have to go into the drift, dude. You know.
Oh, good God.
Do you remember the drift? All right, let's knock these out. Austin just added one at the bleeding edge hour, dog. So we're going to talk about that right now. We're going into the news. News. Remember, there was a show called Blue's Clues. Let's start it. Yay or nay? Regis Philbin passes away. Was it due to corona complications?
Yay and yes. He had COVID and complications caused this, I think, 83 or 88-year-old man to pass away recently.
Chihuahua, man.
To be fair, he had a very full life. Yeah. It might have been cut short, sadly, but this man left a huge legacy on TV.
Yeah, the biggest legacy, man. Regis, man. Who didn't hear Regis's voice and the thing is he was generation spanning. You know what I mean? Like I knew Regis from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Am I right to think that? Was he on that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You know?
I remember watching that show all the time as a kid. It was so wild.
I wanted to go on it.
It was like Jeopardy, but better.
It was hyper. It was like if Jeopardy was Street Fighter 2, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Just everything moving faster and brighter lights and craziness, you know?
Yeah. So, but the interest to keep things brief but direct. It's sad. Hope his family's doing well because that is not pretty.
Not, with death comes life. I'm sure there's a little Philbin running around the estate somewhere, The antelope eat the grass, all that great stuff,
Oh,
so, Happy trails to you until we see you again. Regis, and hopefully somewhere out there, Kathy Lee is drinking her coffee and reminiscing about the good times.
Oh, she definitely is.
Gotta be. Yay or nay? Dave Franco will portray Vanilla Ice in a biopic to the extreme. Ice baby.
Is there anything to say about Vanilla Ice? Dude flips houses now.
Go ninja, go ninja, go, go,
Oh, God.
go, 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 go ninja, go. That's all I got. If they don't talk, I'm going to watch this biopic only because I want them to mention Ninja Turtles 2. There's no mention of Ninja Turtles 2. I'm turning the shit off. I'm just gonna turn it off and throw my TV out the window. He danced with the Ninja Turtles on stage in a movie. Who could say they did that?
I don't know, man. This is just so freaking weird.
Nickelodeon's Star Trek Prodigy animated series announced. Yay or nay? I'm so happy and mad about this at the same time.
I didn't expect Star Trek to be marketed towards children now. Let's put it that way.
They just don't know what to do with it.
They really don't.
They just don't. The spirit of Gene Roddenberry hasn't touched this thing in decades, dude.
Oh, you mean like the point where Seth MacFarlane made a better Star Trek series than Star Trek did?
Is it okay? And this is a way bigger question. I mean, we don't have to go into it. Isn't it strange that a lot of these pioneers from years past have lost touch with what they've created to the point where the fans have grown to become the creators that outdo and outperform and actually encapsulate the spirit of what they're trying to do? They're so out of touch.
It's because production studios only care about money, not about creative liberties and creative spirits.
It's so
frustrating. Which is why Star Wars.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah,
Moving on.
Yeah, Star Wars is sad now.
We don't talk about Star Wars unless we have to.
Rey and Kylo Ren kissed, and they should have killed each other for it.
I poisoned my lips. I poisoned my lips as well. No!
Good riddance! Anyway.
Good riddance. The Boys renewed for season 3.
I'm
already.
So excited because it's not season 2 isn't even out yet. Holy crap, people! This is so good news.
That's good news. I'm really excited for season 2. This week, I think.
Yes, it is, and this makes me excited because this means if Amazon continues their streak, that means the Silmarillion show they're making next year is going to be good.
The Silmarillion. It depends on the showrunners, my man.
And it also depends. It might make the Wheel of Time series in 2022 or 4 really, really good as well.
Not all that glimmers is gold.
Fuck! If they make a good Wheel of Time, I'll be just like so happy.
That'll be a moneymaker if they do it right. But Wheel of Time, like Dune, is real easy to F up.
Oh, entirely. And
easiest to F up.
I've read the series like 5 times. I know exactly how they could screw it up.
Okay. Okay.
Christ.
Are you a Homelander?
No.
I'm not a Homelander either. I'm not a fan.
No.
I'm a fan of his character because he's freaking terrifying. But if I lived in the Boys universe, I would not have his toy as a kid. You know.
No, Homelander is he's just a psychopath with Superman powers. That's all.
He's the Plutonian. If you ever read, there's this comic out there called Irredeemable, and it's about a supervillain named the Plutonian, and he's just evil ass Superman.
That's pretty good.
And he assassinates people based on their heartbeat.
Jesus.
He just listens out for the heartbeat. He knows exactly where you are. It's real fun.
Oh, that's screwy.
Crazy. Okay. Forget all that. Forget all that noise. We're talking about video game news now. You can't yay this. You can't nay this. G4 returns, baby.
That is actually super surprising, I have to admit.
G4
that is the
is
most
coming
surprising.
back, dude.
Attack of the Show and X-Play with Adam Sessler. Yeah, please. I love Adam. Adam is like a celebrity within the game world.
Morgan Webb, Adam Sessler, X-Play, Attack of the Show.
Oh, dude, they got Morgan back? All I heard was Adam.
I'm hearing things, man. I'm hearing things, dude. I'm hearing Olivia Munn's coming back for Attack of the Show. Kevin Peril.
Wow.
I'm hearing things, man. It's getting crazy. Cinema Tech where they would show video game trailers for like half an hour. Dude.
Oh wow, that is surprising.
Oh man.
Remember when Adam had hair?
He doesn't.
Remember when?
Remember when Olivia Munn was just this geeky kind of like, but also posh co-host, not knowing of her future, you know what I'm saying?
And now she's like a legit actress.
Now she's a legit actress star. And, you know, I'm okay, G4 was one of those things that I just had on TV 24 hours a day.
It was,
I used to watch really G4 before it became Cops and became it all gross and you know what I mean? Back when it was pure, you know? With the
yes.
What was that show with Tommy Tallarico and that other dude, and they would do game reviews? Fuck, I can't remember.
I cannot tell you.
Dude, I can't remember. That show was, that channel was so awesome. It was nothing like it. G4 was all video games all the time. And this is before the internet was like super big, like was what it is now. So you have a lot of your info from G4.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's going to be interesting to see how they come back from this, honestly.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be in a traditional sense. Maybe G4 is going to become like an IGN kind of channel. Or maybe it's just going to become a YouTube thing. Like, how do you can't, I don't think they'll be on cable because cable is dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I remember seeing that tweet, and I remember like the first thing I saw was your buddy Brian's like reaction was the very first comment I saw. I was like,
yeah.
He struck while the iron was fresh out of the fucking anvil.
Yeah, man. He the one who put me on it. I was like, what? For real? What?
Yeah, no joke. And you see like IGN in the comments going,
And then Kevin Frere was like, what? I was asleep. What happened? You know? Like,
Christ.
This is my news of the week. I'm so happy.
It's so interesting. I can't wait to see it happen.
G4 is back, dude. That's so hype.
You know what is also back and come back strong, apparently, is Halo Infinite.
Okay, so Microsoft had their big showcase of video games, just like how PlayStation did.
Yeah, but like yeah.
And I got some strong opinions on this showcase, dude.
It's lukewarm.
It's, you know what it is?
Very lukewarm.
It feels like a half measure. Like the true Xbox One X games were not shown that day.
Nah.
Every game shown are half measures that can be played on both the Xbox One and the new system.
Exactly.
Because Halo Infinite, while it looks clean, does not look next gen. It does not look next gen at all.
It does not in any way. It's very weird. It looks like it belongs on the Xbox One / PS4 kind of generation. It doesn't look new.
No. Like, you know what it was? I was feeling it until that stupid boss stuck his big fat face in the camera.
I mean, Shrek?
Yeah, for like 3 minutes. You got to see how non-detailed he was.
Yeah.
That's what killed. I was like, this is not like Ghost-of-Tsushima has better graphics than that.
Yep.
You know,
so much for the sex box to have better components and graphics and whatnot compared to the PS5.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, this is
weird.
That's not a sex box game, dude. There's no way. You can't tell me that Hellblade. Remember the launch for Hellblade? That video? Yeah. That mess looked like it was real life, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then you show me Gorilla Grodd here, and he's like...
Gorilla Grodd's a good way to put it.
Burn your fangs! Like, somebody just get this Muppet off the screen, dude. Anti-hype, dog.
Yeah, it's like you go to the doctor and like to get milked, and they just kind of like stick the finger up the butt and go, you're done.
You're done. Hey, that's on you, man.
You donated to the sperm bank today. You're done.
You're done. You didn't even offer me dinner, dog.
What got me really riled up though was Warhammer 40k Dark Tide.
Yay or nay?
Yay! By Fat Shark Games, creators of Vermintide and Vermintide 2, a game about going through waves of enemies as Warhammer 40k universe characters, such as a witch hunter, a sorceress, an elven ranger, and a dwarf warrior. You play as a bunch of people going through Warhammer 40k about this, including most likely an Ogren, huge big warrior guy, Imperial Guard, likely Adeptus Mechanicus, and others, as Inquisition agents going against the Agents of Chaos, Eldar, Orcs, you name it, you got it, baby, we're going good.
I'm very ignorant to the Warhammer 40k ethos, but this sounds a lot like Gauntlet to me, and I'm down with that.
It's the same thing.
Is it just Gauntlet?
No, it's just Vermintide.
Okay.
So
Vermintide was a good game.
It's
Okay.
the same
Okay.
developer, just a different universe.
Okay. Okay.
It's going to be worth it, and I cannot wait. Holy crap!
Hopefully we can play that. Hopefully it'll be cross-platform.
I think they're going to intend to make it so. I think it's going to PS5, Xbox, PC. So we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. We could talk about this real quick. Ghost-of-Tsushima, PS4's fastest-selling first-party game in its debut. Yay or nay?
I mean, there's only a few sentences to say. Yay.
Yay.
It's a great game. Makes
Great
sense. Japan loves it. It's the fastest selling game in Japan right now, overall.
Final bow for PS4. Sounds like,
Sucker Punch came in strong in the generation, and they are leaving just as strongly, if not better.
Sucker Punch is one of those studios, along with Insomniac, along with Obsidian, along with Respawn, can do no wrong in my eyes. You tell me they're making a game, I'm going to check it out.
Yep. Used to be that way for me and Naughty Dog for like Jack and Dexter and Crash Bandicoot, but then they started making mistakes. It's like, ooh.
Womp womp, like firing one of your lead writers so she can go be sent to Star Wars to be fired again.
Or like making horrible crunch and horrible atmosphere for workers to never like be happy.
Video game paradise.
Fable Xbox Series X announcement trailer, which didn't give us Jack Dilly to go off of.
Nope, didn't tell us a damn thing. It might as well be the Elder Scrolls.
Six, exactly.
6 image. That's all it was.
It's like da 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 da.
It exists. Stop bothering us about it.
And it's like go screw you, man.
Yeah,
This is bad.
It's more than nothing, but at least people could shut up about it.
This is like this value of the trailer is represented as 0/0, and that's it. There's like nothing to gain, nothing to lose.
It exists. It's on our minds.
On our minds. Yeah, we're thinking about it, guys. Don't
worry. You'll see something in about 6 years.
Christ. Anyway.
Jeez, on a cracker.
Phantasy Star Online 2. I do not care about this weird MMO.
I care because of its promise. They're saying, okay, brief history. Phantasy Star Online 2 is an old-ass game that's never been brought to the West because, the developers thought the Americans didn't care. No, we ultra care. A lot of us had Dreamcast. A lot of us love Phantasy Star. Another bad take from Japan. Never came over. So people have had to hack into it. People have had to break and corrupt their computers to get this thing running. Been a big pain in the ass for, 5-6 years now that the game's been out. Now, what technically is going on with this game is technically this is Phantasy Star Online 3. It's pretty much what this is at its core. But they're keeping the Phantasy Star Online 2 name only because, marketing-wise, you'll be, there's an alienation in numbered sequels. You know what I mean? There's always an alienation in numbered sequels, especially in MMOs. You know what I mean? So they're like, okay, we're just going to keep the name, call it New Genesis. What they're saying this is think about Final Fantasy XIV to Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn.
Yeah, I can see that.
And think about Monster Hunter Ultimate to Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is what that is. It still keeps all the bones of the original, but it's boosting it and enhancing it so much that it's pretty much its own different game. And if it's fun, it may be a console seller for a lot of people, because apparently Phantasy Star Online 2 is huge in anywhere but the US. And if it's fun, and if it runs good, if it's at solid 60 on Xbox, it may be something worth buying. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not about it. I'll just say that now. I'm not really about it.
I'll check it out. The Medium. Story and gameplay. Yeah.
That does look interesting. Like the one of the shots of like the girl being dragged down with all those like little finger bones, hands and whatnot.
Fingers.
It was very much like, how do you put it? It looked like the creepy crawly chest burster hand aliens.
Yeah, the face huggers.
Yeah, face huggers. Thank you.
Creepy crawlers. I'm getting a lot of No Way Out vibes from this game.
I could see that.
2-player, you're both going through the same area, but in 2 different dimensions. Very Silent Hill inspired. One, for some reason, looks like it's Dante from Devil May Cry. One has the Dante Devil May Cry hair, and the other one's normal.
And like barbed wire over her hand.
Yeah,
and she's cutting like flesh walls open and like running to crosses and
it's just very edgelordy a little bit, but
it is. But like you have to have the kind of edgelord feel to like be appropriately placed in the hellscape.
Yeah, and is this a hellscape though? Is this some kind of rot universe? We don't know, man. All we know is there's going to be a big boss where half the screen is just his torso, arms, and head. You're going to have to fight it.
I mean, that always happens. That always happens.
It's going to happen again. I can almost promise it.
I look forward to seeing more about this. Hopefully, it's not just singular. It's not going to remain singular on the Xbox. Let's put it that way. There's no way it's going to happen.
No, which I'm okay with, because Xbox is not about exclusives. Shut up, guys. Tetris Effect Connected looks awesome. Tetris Effect Connected looks awesome.
Nay. Straight up, nay.
You're not a Tetris boy?
Nah.
It's Tetris Effect with Tetris 99 mixed together. You bastard. We must move on. We must move on. I'm going to say Mike G fully supports that message. I want to pick. That looks like fun. It's not a console seller. If it's free, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Stalker 2. I don't know what this is.
I mean,
I don't know what Stalker is.
Do we have to talk about this? Because I've never paid attention to Stalker, and I really do not care.
I don't know. It was a CG trailer.
How about this?
Gameplay.
I have replacement news. Will that work for you?
Okay, we've talked about Stalker 2. It's a nay. We both just don't care about it. I'm sure there's huge Stalker fans out there. I respect and adore you, but I have no context for this, and they didn't give me any.
They're Russian fans, so you just got to go seek a blood and just like drink vodka, and you'll appease them.
I would drink vodka in their name today.
Go to the freezer. Anywho, how about this replacement news? Final Fantasy 14 5.3 patch updated. You can fly around the base game when that happens next month.
Yep. And
you can get a free trial all the way up to level 60 at the end of Heaven's Word.
I'm not a big fan of XP boosts like that. You're cutting out so much.
It's not an XP boost. It's not an XP boost. The game is totally free for players up to level 60.
Oh, that's a video game. That's a free video game. That's
100 hours of video game.
That's a free video game.
Yeah. With arguably one of the best storylines
of all time. Because does that stop at Heaven's Ward?
It stops at the very end of Heaven's Ward, 3.56.
Yeah, because that's where if I remember correctly, 60
after Needhog, yeah.
Yeah, level 60 is the end of Heaven's Ward, right?
Yeah, it goes all the way past it to the patch updates, all the way through the Shadows of the Warriors of Darkness and the end of Needhog's story.
And right at the beginning of Stormblood, right?
Yep.
That's a video game, dude.
That's a
free video game.
Yeah, people, if you want a free Final Fantasy game, fucking go get that. Now.
That is what you tell
not now, next month. Sorry.
Next month. That is what you tell the friend who's been wanting to play but didn't want to pay a subscription.
Exactly. Like,
dude,
it's a free
I will walk
game.
you through it. Join our free company. We'll get you to 60. If you still like the game, play with us. If you don't like the game, you will know if you like the game or not by level 60. 100%. I guarantee it.
I'll say this real quick. I love the meme. I saw somebody of they're like Square Enix tentatively putting out ideas for Heaven's Word. It's like church bad, dragons good, and some warm audience replies, and then somebody goes, "The church is evil because they won't let you fuck dragons," and the audience just goes wild.
Yeah, it explodes. That's Heaven's Word, pretty much. That's all Heaven's Word's about.
Exactly.
Church bad, dragons fuckable.
Exactly. Gotta have sex. Gotta make little scale babies.
They have to be scale bound.
Oh, that game's dead.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that makes me so sad. I got sidetracked. I can't even say anything anymore.
You defeated yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoisted by your own petard.
The Outer Worlds Peril on Gorgon DLC. I need to get this game.
It's so good. It's my game of the year. The year it came out. It's so good. It's so much fun. Yeah, it scratches all the itches, dog.
I need to get this on sale.
Dude, it scratches the Mass Effect itch. It scratches the KOTOR itch.
And the Obsidian itch.
and it scratches the Fallout New Vegas itch all at the same time. It's the best game ever. I have 2 created characters in this game. I thought that this was a one and done, and my brain kind of compartmentalized it that way. But now that we're getting DLC, I'm more than excited. I'm jumping on this the second it comes out.
Yeah,
the second it comes out.
I need to get into this game.
It's so...
play. I'll need to play this.
It's so fun. I talked my way out of a full boss fight.
That's amazing.
There was a scene where these troopers were gonna raid your ship, right? And they're at the door, and they're like, "Open the door, and we only kill half of you," right? like real stuff is about to jump off, and I was like, "Well, if you think about it this way," we just having a conversation. It was like, "Money, I like money. Yeah, I'll just pay you, and then I'll pay you, let's say 50 credits a month just to keep you happy, my dude." That sounds like a plan. You know what? You're a nice guy. We're not going to raid your ship. You know what? In fact, we're going to leave one of our best guns at the gate because you know what? I think you'll need it later. That was the boss fight.
That's hilarious.
Awesome. All because, especially with these games, I always spec out speech and charisma because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you're doing, make sure that your speech and charisma are on point because you never know.
Very much like Divinity Original Sin 2. You gotta max out the charisma points because you get some bonuses.
You get bonuses, and you get experiences that other people won't because they're just gonna run gun it through. You know what I mean? Yeah. Play that, man. If I have any, don't play it on Switch though.
Oh no, it's bad.
Don't play it on Switch though. Don't do it.
All right, and I'm going to like put another nay out there, my boy, because State of Decay. God, who
wasn't
cares?
State of Decay like a trash fire when it came out? Like, hasn't State of Decay been a trash fire? Always.
I mean, I've never
not like gameplay wise. Like the game just doesn't run. I've heard so many weird things about State of Decay.
I mean, it's not like a 91% on Steam or like whatever, something like that. But God, I'm tired of zombies. Because no one does zombies right except for...
the people who are already dead?
No, not... Dying Light. Dying Light did it right.
Dying Light did do it right. And
Dying Light did it right. But that's all that... Cause
aren't we getting another Dying Light game soon?
I think so, actually. Next generation.
Yeah.
I'll play that. I will play that. But like games like Dead Island or State of Decay, man, nah. Y'all, nah.
Nah.
Nah, man, nah, motherfucker, nah.
Nah. We're not talking about it. The black woman roared at... The only thing I like about the whole trailer is that when that lady roared at the wolf and the wolf didn't want none of it. The wolf was like, shit, I'm out. Nope. She's been through it.
In replacement news, there has been confirmations with an interview with Hideo Kojima that he is in talks currently with Junji Ito for a new horror game. That came out yesterday. I don't think you saw that.
I didn't.
Yeah, he's said he's in talks currently with Junji. And considering how much they liked working with each other for Silent Hill PT, I can imagine what business they can come up with.
Can we get that Junji Ito Kojima sandwich with a little bit of Guillermo del Toro horchata on the side? Can we just sneak him in?
God,
Can we just sneak him in? A little tasty beverage to watch down that?
It's gonna be like a slimy horchata with like tongues and tentacles, but it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be so beautiful though. It's gonna have colors in it and shit.
Oh man, I can't. It's gonna be like the fisherman's wife of sandwiches.
Oh jeez, why'd you have to mention the fisherman's wife on this podcast? I didn't need that visual. Anyway,
because it is classic Japanese art.
Oh god. Anyway, I'm not going to even explain that. You do the homework on that one, Nerdiverse. Dios mío. I'm becoming a big fan of Hideo Kojima, even bigger fan, because this dude has all the limiters are off. He's kind of getting a carte blanche to do whatever he wants. And Death Stranding is a hidden gem that will be revered for decades because it pretty much told the future.
I want Hideo Kojima to make a game where he
always
shits.
tells the future.
I want him to shit over Konami. I want him to like spread Konami over the butt cheeks of some game and make them just the absolute worst. And I want Sony to give him all the money possible needed to do so.
Funny? I thought that's what Death Stranding was going to be, but it wasn't.
Nope.
There's really no shade, and I thought there was going to be shade. Maybe he's above the shade. Maybe the shade got cut. I don't know. I was expecting it in Death Stranding.
He's an older guy. He's like 60. I guess he's just over it.
Maybe he's just over it. Maybe that breakup was more applicable than we thought. Maybe it just looked real dusty because Konami's garbage. But maybe the breakup wasn't as bad. Maybe he got paid.
So first off, Hideo Kojima is also 56 years old. I just looked that up.
That's not a bad age. He's still got a lot of creative days ahead of him.
He looks pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, he looks like he's 30. He's like he's in his 30s, man.
And the same could be said for Junji Ito, who is also 56 years old. Which is
those
crazy.
old. These are masters of their craft, dude. These are legit masters, dude. And they're gonna, whatever game comes out, if it's anything like PT,
I know.
On PS5,
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
it's gonna freak people out. It's not gonna make any sense. It's gonna be awesome.
I just need this in my life.
Because there's horror in Death Stranding. Death Stranding's a horrible idea if you really think about it. It's terrifying.
God, yeah. It's like utterly bleak and horribly despondent.
Yeah,
like Die Hard Man. Oof.
Yeah, invisible terrors that keep you in the house. Oh wait.
Yeah. Right.
Oh wait. Wait. Darling. Wait. That's our news, man. That's our news. We did it. We conquered the Microsoft announcements. We braved the G4 revival, Doug. We welcome our ant overlords. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to finishing up my master's class for the summer this next week. Due on August 2nd. Christ.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
I gotta finish up the podcast, which is bizarre to me to make, honestly. I am looking forward to you showering me in Gundams. Please pay Daddy. Daddy, please.
I will give it to Daddy. Come to Daddy.
Anyway, and
you created that. That's not me. That's all you.
I need to finish. I'm likely not going to. I need to keep playing and maybe attempt to finish Ghost-of-Tsushima.
Yeah, that could wait.
That's gonna take a while.
It's gonna take a while.
It's gonna take a goddamn while.
It's gonna take a goddamn while.
Yeah, but I need to prioritize homework over that first.
Yeah, man, you gotta prioritize life, dog.
Exactly, and including my wife.
Yeah, your lovely video game Paper Mario playing wife, dude.
God, we are both so laggard today because we made fried chicken sandwiches from scratch yesterday.
Yeah. That's that itis that goes to bed with you.
Yeah, it's the itis. It's the itis right now because handmade buns, handmade fried chicken, handmade coleslaw, some spicy mayo all over that bitch. Oh my god!
My question is where's my mailed-in plate? Where's my plate at, bro? I need y'all to mail me a plate.
You got to travel all the way to Arkansas first.
That's fine. Flights are real cheap nowadays.
Come to the meth capital of the states.
I'll get me my complimentary meth that they give you as you leave the airport.
You come to the airport and they just keep it down and go, "You ain't from around here, are you?"
Here's your complimentary pot. Here's your complimentary meth. I hope you like your time here in Arkansas.
Welcome to Walmart. How can I help you?
We got guns and soda. Do you guys have Faygo? Tell me you have Faygo.
What the hell is Faygo?
Faygo. It's type in Faygo. Faygo.
What the hell is Faygo?
Faygo.
Tell
me you have Faygo.
Company? I've never heard of it till today, so probably not.
I want Faygo, but it's super expensive to ship it to California. Because that's what the Insane Clown Posse drinks, and that's what I need to drink.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, that's automatically a miss for me.
I need to mix Four Loko and Faygo and become the next stage of human evolution.
You know what, my dude? You can go ahead for it. I'm just not going to do that.
Because I believe that I could become a Resident Evil level goblin goose juice monster based upon things that I can find around my home.
All right, Mike, you gotta dial it back and get some food in you because you're going crazy at this point.
I haven't eaten yet this morning.
Exactly. You need some sugar in you.
Okay,
please,
fair.
for your own health. Go do it.
Okay, if you want to support my my G-Virus do-it-yourself campaign, please do so via Patreon. Patreon.com/MOTN. Well, where, when submitted, I will use that money to make my own G-Virus, and you'll see me terrorizing downtown Los Angeles with a giant explodable eyeball on my shoulder. But if you wanted to support the channel non-monetarily, you can always do so by liking our content, by subscribing to our channel, and by commenting on our posts. Because what? Feedback is important. Did we make you giggle? Did we make you mad? Let us know, man. We need to know. So we can fine-tune this well-oiled machine. There we go. I'm already starting to transform.
Shit.
It begins. Also, you can definitely join us on Twitter, which is @mnerdiverse, where we do all types of fun stuff. I do polls. I do art sometimes. I'm currently doing another 6 fan arts, where I let the audience, the Nerdiverse, choose 6 characters that I have to draw at gunpoint. So I'm working on that now. I'm trying to get those done. So if you want to submit any characters, hit us up on Twitter. I'll be more than happy to look at your choice and do the Seymour Skinner meme where I look down upon it and go, pathetic. Pathetic. And then be forced to draw it.
And you can find me on Twitter at AustinOzzy or ZOzzyAustin. Who knows anymore? Where I rant randomly, I retweet stupid shit, and I curse out our corporate overlords for being bad. Like Ubisoft. Bad Ubisoft. Don't sexually abuse your coworkers.
Bad Pepsi. Stop putting the 666 mark of the beast chips in our juices.
Bad Nestle. Stop using child slave labor on the coast of Africa.
Bad Red Lobster. Stop making Cheddar Bay biscuits so delicious.
Why you gotta do this to me, man? I'm talking real stuff. You talking about stuff that just sounds good.
I'm just saying.
Cheddar Bay biscuits are god.
My life would be, I would be way healthier if they didn't exist.
Or Popeye's biscuits, goddamn.
Oh no, do you guys have churches out there?
We do, but they were so bad they left.
That's rough, because Church's biscuits are godlike, dude.
Well, the workers were just so bad they had to get gone.
Oh, you can't you can't drive a Mercedes with a Honda engine, dog.
Okay. Jesus. All right, so this has been another exciting episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse.
Yes.
Where
we
will
will
always...
You say will.
Will.
Always.
Show you.
Ask.
You.
To
take
that
next
step beyond.
Damn it, Mike.
That was perfect.